Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to another buckshot pattern test here. And today I've got something really interesting that I found in the back corner of my ammo cabinet. And I really don't know what to expect. It could perform really good, it could perform really bad, I don't know. So I'm really excited to see what it can actually do. And those loads are some of these. These are old school Federal Magnum buckshot loads. They are a 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch, 12 pellet of double-aught buck here, and as you can see by the price tag, they used to be $2.99. Good luck finding buckshot for that price anymore. But clearly this is an old school box, and from the date code that's stamped on the inside, I believe it's the 10th week of 1982 is when these were packaged. So we're talking a 40-year-old buckshot round, believe it or not, right here. And as for what setup we're going to be using today, I've brought back out my Remington 1187 Premier again with the stock full choke in the gun. That's a 688 constriction choke. And up on top here, we still have our loopholed VX1. It's a 2-7x28. Technically, it is a rimfire scope, but it's been holding up good for us so far. And this is kind of for testing to see how this scope can do on a shotgun. And as for our target setup today, it's going to be 40 yards, just like usual. I do have the chronograph, even though those rounds do not have a chronograph number listed, so we will actually be able to see how fast they're moving. So since there's not really going to be a whole lot to be able to see down there on the paper, I'm going to have you guys set up at the chronograph so you can see the live numbers that we get. After we shoot the shot, I'll go down there and we'll take a look at our overall pattern. Then I have a 10 and a 30-inch circle template we can lay over top of our pattern, as well as a deer torso and a hog torso template that we can lay over top, so that way we can see better reference points as to how they would have performed on a game animal like that. So let's go over here and get set up in front of the chronograph and take our shot and see what kind of numbers we get and what kind of pattern we get out of these. Alright, so those old school Federal 2 3/4 inch double-aught buck loads gave us 1,309 feet per second across the chronograph. So it's about average for all the other loads that I've tested, unless there's some sort of high-speed buckshot load for whatever reason. So nothing too special overall here. So let's go see what they did down there as far as pattern goes. Alright, so here's what we got out of those old school 2 3/4 Federal double-aught buck shells. Now right off the bat, we do have all 12 of our pellets right on this piece of paper here. And for a size reference, this piece of paper is 36 inches wide by roughly 36 inches tall as well. But we are definitely pretty open down here at 40 yards for sure. This white paint mark right here was my aim point. So you can see that we are centered up, but pattern is definitely a bit on the open side for sure here. So let's throw some of our templates up here and see how they did then. Okay, so here's our 10-inch circle template here. And as you can see, if I center that up with my point of aim there, we only have one pellet in that 10-inch circle. So that's definitely not ideal when we back up and look and see that all of our other pellets are well outside of that 10-inch circle here. Definitely not looking amazing so far. Okay, and here's our 30-inch circle template. And if we center that up with my point of aim, we have 10 out of our 12 pellets within that 30-inch circle. Not terrible, but definitely not ideal either, I wouldn't say. But let's throw some animal templates up and see how it did for more hunting style purposes here. Alright, so here's our deer template. As you can see, his neck just starts to go up on the right, and his front leg is right down here. And as you can see, if we center my point of aim up to roughly shoulder or just behind the shoulder area there, we have 6 and maybe a half of a pellet sneaking in right down there on his leg. But in the actual deer, we have 6 pellets, and 4 of which are quite far back. 2 of them are down here guts area, 2 of them are way up here at the top of its back. 1 we have right over here in the neck region, and we have 1 that's a little bit high right here in the vital area. So overall, would that be a dead deer? Yeah, I would say so. Now, more than likely with this one, it's going to run quite a ways, unless that neck shot hits something really important, or these two both hit the spine. But I don't think that's really ideal. But I think once you hit 40 yards, you're really starting to push your luck for deer anyway. All right, and here's our hog template. It's about a mid-sized hog as far as size goes, but once again, his head is just starting over here on the right with his legs down here at the bottom. And if we line our point of aim up right here, once again, it's not looking too fantastic. We've got 2 down here in the front leg, 2 back here, lower gut area, 2 up here kind of towards the spine or ham area, and 1 that's kind of sort of in the vital area there that would probably get lungs. But we've got a total of 7 pellets that even hit that hog in the first place here. Now, do I think it would get the job done? Yeah, I do think you would have a dead hog here, but with how tough these things are, I think you're going to be chasing this one a pretty good ways, unless these 2 got into some sort of spinal area there. But I would say you would probably have 1 in the upper lung area, but still, it's not looking super fantastic. I think it would do the job, but definitely not ideal. All right, well, what do you guys think about it? I definitely don't think it's ideal. Would it do the job out to 40? Probably, but I really think you're starting to push your luck if you're going to try and hunt with that old style load. But back then, the loads were a lot less capable than what they are today. So back 30, 40 years ago, that was probably a really good buckshot load. I don't know, but either way, what do you guys think about it? I definitely don't think it's ideal, but if it's what you had, it would probably do the job for you as long as you were cautious about your ranges. So with that being said, it is getting hot out here already, and I've got several more tests that I need to film while I'm out here today. So I'm going to get back to doing some testing here, and I'll see y'all in the next one.